for the last round of the day today. Shadawx versus Destino here, both X and 1 competitors.
All right, we got discard aggro up against Scouts first, and SJW, my resident aggro.
You've said that like 7 times today. Like,
yeah, and I just keep getting less and less words out of me. I'm not even gonna try and compliment you. I'm just gonna stop it at aggro.
I'm good for more than just aggro, Boulevard. Jesus, what am I, a piece of meat to you? God,
you're a piece of meat that plays aggro on ladder. Yes, that is actually a really
actually,
good. I'm glad that you understand our working relationship so well.
I actually really support that, by the way, because I feel like everybody that just plays aggro on ladder is just a piece of meat that plays aggro on ladder. So I guess that's an accurate assumption there. Oh my God! All right, Stony Suppressor.
Ooh, I'll tell you what Stony Suppressor doesn't do to Vision, and that is stop it from being discarded. And now everything is a lethal threat to the Stony.
Yep. And you got to block with it, right? You can't...
I don't think you're really expecting Stony Suppressor to do much in this matchup in the way of making spells cost more. I think you were just throwing it down as, hey, there's a bunch of 2/1s on board. I'm a 1/3, and Shadawx has the answer.
Yeah, man, it would have traded pretty nice if it wasn't for Vision. So, all right, we've talked about this before, Boulevard. Is this kind of one of those nut draws from Shadawx where everything just goes right? And I think it is.
I mean, we're going to float one spell mana into the next turn, which gives us crowd favorite into rummage away a Vision.
Hold on. Can we just take note of how fast these players are just throwing everything down?
No, think only smart.
Meagle face.
And we whiffed the Bannerman. There's a misfortune on top of Destino's deck, and now all of China knows it.
Even the emotes are coming fast and furious, man. Rip Paul Walker, by the way. Love that movie. Just throwing that out there. Oh my God, this crowd favorite gonna hurt as well, man. Jesus. Yep. The Vision. This is it. This is what I'm glad we talked about this earlier on in the day, because ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't here, we were talking about how discard aggro can literally win every matchup ever with the right draw. You're looking at it. This is the draw.
We just we can't get into another match after this, right? Once this game ends, we don't even do an outro. We immediately turn off the stream.
Bam! This is how we play Runeterra. Peace out. Oh, man.
Oh, I mean, look at this dumb little grizzled ranger. It's going to turn into a badger baron for what? What does this even do? Just take the 3 damage. What do you care?
I'm surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, just a surrender.
Oh, my God. Okay. That's the quickest game. Do we have, like, a record for shortest game ever on, like, an official tournament?
Game time or turn time?
Game time.
Well,
wait, what's the you mean like shortest one turn, like shortest single turn?
No, like the least amount of turns played in a game.
Oh, no, yeah, no, I mean like game time, like how many minutes?
Oh, I don't know.
That had to have been up there for an official tournament game. I mean, what was that, 45 seconds?
not quite, but I don't even remember who we were spectating. That's how little time we spent in Shadawx. That's what I'm looking for.
We didn't even get a chance to like think about what was happening on the field. Like, oh my God, there's damage coming, and oh, Shadawx won.
Yeah, I know. Shortest turn count we ever saw was there's a turn 4 lethal in Ascent of Targon.
Yep. See, look at they go through the mulligan so fast. I don't even have time to throw up the mulligan. All right, we're getting some fast and furious gameplay again. It looks like I'm literally like doing a double take, thinking that the client is like catching up to the game. Like
that's how fast.
Like that's how fast they're playing. Like it's the client just pushing through the turns. And Jesus.
I imagine that were this played as a paper card game, this match, like game 1, probably would have taken about 45 seconds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Of just like slam down my thing. You know that neither of us have answers. Slam it down, pass, see who wins first. And this is going to be a little bit harder. Let me actually look at Destino's list real quick. Figure out exactly like how much lifesteal we're dealing with here. Generally, 2 Spirits Refuge is normal, but there's actually only 1 in Destino's deck.
Yeah, and I mean the other concern too, though, is Fiora, right? Fiora not going to have as easy a time killing the units of pirate aggro as it would something like discard aggro, which is unfortunate, but I do think it'll still get some work done. Screeching Dragon. So the reason I mentioned Screeching Dragon when I was talking before, even though it wasn't in the deck we were talking about, versus Pirate Aggro, it feels like it's a really, really good card, right? Like it's going to be able to pick off units. It's going to be able to pick off Misfortune. If it picks off one unit, it'll then be able to trade with things like Jack the Winner and Gangplank. But similarly, like I had mentioned, Gangplank and Jack the Winner are already in hand. And a lot of the times versus bigger decks like these that play, beefier units like Barrier does, Gangplank and Jack the Winner are going to get a lot done.
It's actually possible that Shadawx is able to activate Reputation and get 2-mana Whispered Word, since we do have both Jack and Gangplank in hand. It does kind of depend on how everything shakes out. I'm a little curious to see if we are going to drop down a 5-drop in response to this Screeching Dragon, because if we need to, we do have something like Noxian Fervor, should there be a Sharp Sight coming down onto the Screeching Dragon to try and kill whichever 5 HP unit we throw out. Mm-hmm. And we are going to start off with Jack the Winner.
Yeah, and this is, here we go. This is what I was talking about, right? We're going to get rid of Misfortune. It looks like we're not going to play the Noxian Fervor in response to that, which makes sense. Want to go ahead and bank that spell mana. And
scared of single.
Yeah, yep, single combat. And now Screeching Dragon, I mean, this is a threat. And if we don't get rid of the Screeching Dragon, any Gangplank we throw down, or even this Jack the Winner, is going to risk losing its life. So I do think it seems... Actually, no, because even if we play Sleeping with the Fishes, like you said, single combat comes down, it's going to prevent that as well. So we could just single combat now into this Jack the Winner if we wanted to. But yeah, look, our Concerted Strike does that too.
Makes sense.
Yep.
And that would probably get the Fervor. That would probably get the single combat. But at that point, you would actually have to single combat with the Screeching Dragon if you want to negate the Fervor. Mm-hmm. Which doesn't make much sense, because you're probably... if this Fervor does come out, I would imagine it's getting aimed at the Screeching Dragon, at which point, there's no reason to single combat the Screeching Dragon into it. You're losing it anyway. Or we're going to go for the kill onto the Fiora. Shadawx thinking carefully about how they want to play out this turn. This is only going to use their spell mana, so they still have plenty of mana available to throw down units, and Gangplank's looking pretty nice depending on how the board state of Destino actually looks at the end of this.
Yeah, I think...
Oh, we're going face.
I think, oh yeah, huh? We're actually not going to... I mean, I like this. I mean, it's always questionable when you're a burn deck and you start targeting units, because it's like, well, that was 3 damage that could have went face. Me go face. It's like it's the only option, right?
I mean, when you're up against a deck like Shen Fiora, which generally has a pretty limited number of units and instead just plays to protect them, and you still have 6 mana worth of guys, and you have options you can get down this turn, right? We could throw down Gangplank, we could throw down both our 3-drops, or we could do Zap into Demolitionist.
Yeah,
and we might even just not play the Demolitionist and hang on to this Noxian Fervor mana.
Yeah, I like Zap here, yeah, because it forces out something like a single combat, because you can't afford to take this 2 elusive damage. It's one of the reasons why Zap is so damn good in this deck. Like, it pushes damage that otherwise you wouldn't have had access to, and now we also get rid of the single combat, which means if we do get another Noxian Fervor, or even another Jack the Winner, or something similar, we will be able to get it down. Legion Saboteur is actually really big too, as long as Destino continues to not draw any heal.
And very critically, Destino is out of single combats and concerted strikes, which means that this Demolitionist ability is going to resolve. We don't even have a deny for something like that. Shadawx is pretty much never going to be able to stick a unit on board from here on out, but I don't know how much it's actually going to matter. Because we have Gangplank Misfortune ability next turn. Gangplank's going to level when the MF ability hits for 2. This is really looking good for Shadawx next turn.
Yep. We need 4 more damage, and that is pretty easily obtained here with the field of Shadawx. We've already seen a Concerted Strike come out. We've already seen a single combat come out. There's no other reactive spells in Destino's hand, which means there's nothing. There's no response that Destino could have this next turn. Fiora's leveling, but we don't have enough to actually get her to that win con.
I'm trying to think if there's anything we can... I mean, in theory, I guess, like, Concerted Strike does open us up for a Fiora win con, depending on the attack order of Shadawx.
Okay, yeah, yep, yeah, if we block with the... Because we definitely have to attack with the Legion Saboteur, I guess. There's a single combat. Single combat does not do it because that would suicide. Single combat with riposte.
We do have double riposte.
Yeah, there's... Huh.
And if Shadawx plays Gangplank here... Okay, we're going to play around it.
Yep.
I was going to say, because if Shadawx plays Gangplank, then there's a keg as well that Destino can just eat up with that Fiora. So instead, we are going to grab our third Noxian Fervor.
Yeah, and that's going to guarantee that whatever Fiora blocks is going to get killed by the Fervor. And actually, as you had mentioned earlier, Boulevard, when we were talking about Glimpse preventing lifesteal, you know, Noxian Fervor prevents lifesteal. Well, Glimpse and Noxian Fervor also prevent the Fiora win condition. It's a perfect example.
Yep. Not only that, but the burn coming through from the Misfortune as well as the Saboteur does mean that Shadawx is going to take a lightning-paced 2-0 here over Destino in round 6.
What is the thought process going on through Destino's head right now?
Trying to like line things up and look at them rather than try to mentally visualize them to see if there's any way that you win. And the answer is no, because you know that your opponent got Noxian Fervor. It's the only target for Zap Strafing.
That's why Zap is so good in this deck. It's 2 elusive damage, and it's guaranteed Noxian Fervor 100% of the time. So good, so fast, 2 quick wins. Shadawx over Destino, taking it home 2-0. Whew! Triple aggro. So we saw the longest triple aggro match I think I've ever seen, followed by the shortest triple aggro match I think we've ever seen.